Under my last video, somebody posted that when you're playing Memento K9, you often have some really awkward hands, and that when you only draw K9 your end board is really bad. So I figured out this combo that makes sure that you're able to bridge between K9 and Memento, which I think is kind of nice, you know, because the only deck that I think really has a way of doing that is Crystron and maybe even Cyber Dragon, I'm not really sure. And that's what makes them both so powerful, right? But now this makes Memento, I mean, probably one of the most powerful decks ever. So how does the combo go? You start off by special summon Jokul by revealing the other rank 5 in your hand. Then we'll activate Jokul to add us the Lantern. Now we're able to go into Moon of the Closed Heaven, which you probably all know is just the way to bridge into Fiendsmith engine. So Requiem will special the Lacrima. Lacrima will send the Engraver. Engraver will special summon himself, sending back the Moon. Now you're able to go into the sequence, and now you're able to special back the Jokul using Lantern. Then you'll activate sequence, special summoning Fusion summoning Aerial Eater will in turn send the Goblin from deck to grave. Now we'll just activate the Lantern to add us the K9 X-Force release. And now we'll go into the A Bao A Qu, which if we discard a card, so I mean just in any other way, in any other combo, so if you like, you know, you have 5 cards in your starting hand, 6 cards if you're going second, A Bao A Qu requires you to discard a card, which you don't need to discard the X-Force release if you have any other cards that you want to discard. In this version of the combo, since it's just a 2-card combo, we have to discard the forced release. So we do this and then specially summon back the Goblin, and voila! You have a Memento monster on the field. And you know what the funny thing is? You haven't even normal summoned yet, which we want during the entire combo, I think. Since it's not needed, you know, it's kind of nice. So I think that if you start with Memento and K9 in hand, I would 100% start with just playing K9, since you are able to bridge between those engines and you force out the interruptions, and then you're like, yeah, what, you know what, normal summon Angwitch, and or any other card. So with now just go Goblin, pop himself, sending the Ghattic and the Fusion to grave. Ghattic special summon himself, adding back the Fusion, you know, just basic Memento stuff. Fusion special summoning the Twin Dragon popping himself to add the Combined Creation and Shleepy. The Twin Dragon was now summoned back the Akihiron, add the Ghattic, and Shleepy will summon himself, so you're now able to go into the Combined Creation. The Creation King. So with the Creation King, we'll send himself to the graveyard, the Akihiron and the Dark Blade. Now you use his own effect to banish himself and add the Field Spell. You activate the Field Spell, go to Fusion, popping the Combined the Creation King, adding us the Bone Party. In the new chain, chaining 1 should probably be the Field Spell, chaining 2 should be Akihiron to special summon himself. The Field Spell will special summon the Dark Blade. Now you don't need to activate Akihiron's effect, but it's always kind of nice to have. So you now use the Bone Party to pop the Akihiron and special out the horse. It's kind of still neat. And the Akihiron will get back the Memento Fusion. Dark Blade will now pop himself to special summon the Angwitch, and Angwitch will now add you the will add you the Horned Dragon. Now you special the Horned Dragon and simply go into an SP with both. And with those two, you're able to go into Ripper. And with Ripper, you're just going to search yourself an Izuna. So you do have another interruption on your opponent's turn. Now we'll set the Fusion, special summoning him by shuffling all cards we don't need back into the deck. So Bam. Alright, so now, what is the end board? You ask. You got an SP, you got a Ripper, of course, interruption. You got an Izuna sending the Lupis, and you're able to go into a Nashknight, or a Vallon, or a Durandal, or any rank 5. Then you have the normal Memento stuff. Really, it's just normal Memento and board, plus a Ripper and a Bao A Qu. You have an A Bao A Qu, which could summon back everything you have, or could pop a card on the field, and that's basically it. But this really feels powerful. I mean, really powerful. Having a way to bridge between these two engines just makes the deck a lot more consistent, since it doesn't matter what engine you draw, you're able to play and go for your full end board. Now the deck list. As you might see, it's kinda messy. We play like every engine card you could imagine, right? You could cut a couple ones. For example, the third fusion. You could cut the Horned Dragon. But I think that this is not really a deck anymore. It's really just a pile, you know, and in the current format you need the non-engine, so I would probably go up to 45-50 cards to play the deck just the way it is. So if you play this deck like this, you don't really have enough space in your extra deck to go full, you know, because, you know, those 3 cards, you know, Creation King and Twin Dragon are engine requirements. Werewolf and Ripper, engine requirements. Nashknight, just really powerful. This is just the way to out the Lunar Light Liger Dancer. I know. You're not able to beat it. Legit. The only real way to beat it in this deck is maybe go from, maybe go into a tower yourself, you know, the her or anything else. But yeah, for the Liger Dancer, the side deck is not really haven't figured out the side deck yet, so this is not needed. Those 3 engine requirements and Aerolita engine requirements, A Bao A Qu engine requirement, and also an interruption, so it's not that bad. But the only real flex spots you have in this deck is Underworld Goddess and Predaplant Dragostapelia, and maybe cut the Nashknight for Vallon the Super Skyblaster, and another good rank 5, maybe even Paradise Smasher. That was the video. I hope you liked it. If you got any suggestions on the deck, you know, on maybe have another crazy deck list that I could try out, I would love to hear what you have to say about everything in the comments. So like and subscribe, and we'll see us in the next video.